Hi, this is Jessica Reider, and today I'm going to share some information with you about my analytics over the course of this month on Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest after I created 3 new accounts under the name Reider Writes. So first I'll talk a little bit about my Instagram. What I figured out from this is basically that if traffic isn't directly connected to content, I don't know what is. There was a serious drop-off in engagement as soon as I stopped posting, but I did see really good levels of engagement when I was posting, and I amassed a pretty good number of followers, which was a good foundation to build, especially because I prefaced it with, this is a professional account, so I know the people who followed me not only support me, but are interested in what I have to say and what I have to share, so that was really, really valuable. What I gained from Twitter was basically that would have been cool to get more followers, more impressions, more follow-through on profile visits, and more tweets. That was kind of surprising to me that I had so many profile visits and so many tweet impressions, but so few followers. On my other Twitter account, I don't get many profile visits, but often have way more impressions, so that correlation was kind of cool to me, but kind of weird, and I just want to kind of take that and embrace it and be able to do something more with the fact that I'm actually getting visits. Then finally, Pinterest, which was pretty cool, and I was really surprised with the level of engagement that I encountered on this platform. I found it led to increased views on a lot of my articles. Check it out right there, 848 views on an article that I published last week. I don't think I've ever seen anything get that many views that quick, and I did share it on Pinterest for the first time, so I have to imagine that that had some kind of correlation. And then really what I found was effective out of all of this, right? And again, beyond likes and follows, the Pinterest engagement, like I mentioned before, really helped direct clicks to some of my articles, though they weren't the articles that I anticipated, but it was really great to have kind of a direct line to my audience in a way that's much harder to tackle on a platform like Twitter or on Instagram. And then Instagram ended up giving me a pretty solid follower base that I can now leverage to share and promote my work later. In terms of what marketing approach I think that I'll take from here on out, I think with my Pinterest especially, I had a lot of impressions, but I know that my images just weren't visually engaging enough to get people to click through and or pin my content. So I think that if I can create some really stellar cover photos for those pins instead of just using the article kind of cover page, I think that that will really help in the future. So that's something I really want to adopt. And then something more that plays into my marketing really also ties into my audience. I think that initially I had the idea that my audience was just women. It didn't really matter anything else about them, just that they were women and they liked media and maybe they aligned with feminist ideals. But I kind of found that my audience is a little more unapologetic than that previous version of my audience that I may have mentioned. I'm kind of appealing more to women who really don't care what other people think of them and are out to leave their own impressions on people. So I think that by seeing what my engagement looked like and understanding better who my audience is, I found that that's really who I want to target to. So I think what's next is really going to be just sharing more of my original content on my Twitter and my Instagram page, and then really focusing my Pinterest on creating engaging content that ties in with my brand and helps me get click-throughs to my articles. Thank you so much for checking out my video, and I'm sorry I'm really not a video person, so keynote it was. Thanks again.